A way of life. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Just wanted to come on here to talk about Mars and Aries. I've already talked about the female energy. That's part 2 of the Cancer eclipse video. If you didn't catch it, I would go back and watch that before you listen to this, because I'm kind of going to do a continuation of that conversation. Now I'm going to get into the male energy, which, by the way, uh, the Mars Venus axis is being highlighted right now. So Venus rules the 7th house and Mars rules the 1st house. Those are opposite of each other. So we're having a masculine and feminine activation at this point. On top of that, we have this Cancer eclipse happening, which rules the female energy on Father's Day. So we have to really be able to recognize the symbolism so that we understand what time it is, right? The masculine energy has completely been removed, thrown away, and destroyed. I started talking a little bit in my last video about how this kind of happened after men were sent to war, right? That was kind of the breakdown of the family. So I'm going to break it down from a male's perspective. So we have the provider, the one that performs, the desire to make something happen in the real world, to be successful by way of a career or a profession, to even be able to have a family and relationships, right? That's all Mars energy. So these are the essentials of the masculine energy. So after men had kind of returned from war, a lot of the families were broken up because they were replaced with DTA. So a lot of men were kicked out, kind of homeless, and they were given shelters, vet services, mental health, disability, so all these non-profit services that we still see today. And to be honest with them, not a lot of those non-profit services, to me, in my opinion, they're not working efficiently, because we're still in poverty, right? So they offered us all these services, but what we really needed was our family. What they really needed was family love and support, and it kind of changed the family dynamics on a pretty big level. I have a lot of, I work in a nonprofit now, and even that, in that system, you can kind of see how the structures could be done better. Or, you're not happy in any kind of nonprofit, not just because, they don't have good pay, and, people don't like their job and they're miserable, but you also have the services that you're providing to people. People come in complaining on a massive scale, and are a lot of them in this victim mentality? Sure, absolutely, without a doubt. But they also kind of have a reason to be in this mentality where they're being offered a service that they're being told is going to help them, and they're still in this situation where they're in a crabs in a barrel situation. And my mom used to say, America offers Band-Aids as services. They don't fully and completely heal you. They give you Band-Aids. I feel like we're all freaking test subjects, to be honest with you. But, if you're being honest and you're thinking about these nonprofit services, none of them work efficiently, which led to a lot of drug and alcohol use, and more mental discord, completely breaking down the essentials of the masculine energy. And there's no mistake that this is happening now all during this Cancer eclipse. And on top of that, we have COVID, who has kind of forced us to stay home, work from home, um, and be forced to kind of stay home and deal with these family issues and relationships that a lot of people are dealing with right now. This is karma, whether it's good or bad. You know, we can all have an argument about which is which, but on a grand scale, I see this as a karmic cycle ending for the lack of the programming that kind of started happening at that time. We're kind of being, again, I'm going to say it again, a blessing in disguise, where we're being given the opportunity to rethink these things, how we operate in this way, and is there a way to do better? That is all this Capricorn energy. Capricorn wants to know what's the structure. How does the system work? Is it efficient? Is there anything that we can keep from the past before we move forward? If so, what is that? Have that discussion, resolve those issues, work on that. And this is what all the retrogrades are about. So we're trying on new things, fixing them, reworking them, until they are completely and utterly aligned with our deepest desires, because Capricorn is in Pluto right now, and Pluto is about your deepest, darkest desires, and Pluto comes for the jugular. Okay, that Pluto energy, any sign that Pluto is in breaks it all the way down. So when I said Capricorn was getting an upgrade, for real, and also trying to kind of warn us and prepare us, as Capricorn will return in this Cancer eclipse energy back into Saturn, which Saturn had been in Aquarius since about March, April, for that little short period of time, to kind of give us a glimpse of what's to come in 2021 and beyond. So Capricorn's coming back to warn us, like I told y'all, to get your life together. We need to figure this out. It's a lot deeper than that. It's not as simple. So the retrogrades are here to help us go back and make sure this is really what you want. Go back and make sure you are really aligned with what you truly want. Is this really you? You know, any new changes that you made over the last few years, you know, is this really what you want? Okay. So that kind of wraps up this part. I'm going to try to do these in small, short pieces because it's a lot of information. Peace.